Hey guys. Well, this is different. It's much earlier in the morning right now than it normally would be when I film because something happened to my husband's car, and so we're gonna have to bring it to the garage when we get a chance and get it fixed. But for now, I had to give him a ride to work this morning, so it's much earlier in the day than I would normally see you. As a matter of fact, all I had time to do this morning was have breakfast, take a shower, and so I only had time to have my coffee. What I've been doing lately is having coffee with my breakfast, and then maybe like an hour later, I have a cup of tea because I like both. Have I ever talked to you guys about the tea that I drink? It's Tazo Zen. If you like green tea, this has also got spearmint and lemongrass in it. It's so good. It's really, really good. I love it. And it does have caffeine in it, but it's like a moderate amount of caffeine, so it's the perfect second cup of something to have in the morning. So I start off with a cup of coffee, and then I have tea after that. But yeah, it's been a lot longer than it normally would be before I get to my second cup. So I just made it. So hey, let's find out if this lipstick transfers. I've never tested that. This is, I've rediscovered my Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipsticks. I had Vampira on yesterday, and this is Lolita, and I think I have one other color too. But yeah, I've never tested to see if this transfers or not, so let's find out. Just a tiny, tiny little bit is on my cup. Not much at all. Still looks good. No cup marks on the lip product. Anyway, yeah, so I had to play around with my lighting quite a bit because, you know, different time of the morning. So I think I like this though. I think I like filming really early because that means I'm gonna get this video done way earlier than I normally would, and I'm gonna have a lot more of my day. Well, of course, maybe not, because then this afternoon I'm going to have to go pick up my husband at work, but that's all right. We'll be getting his car fixed soon, I'm sure. Anyway, wow, strange intro, huh? A little bit of insight into the life of Mrs. the Doll. By the way, if you're new, thank you so much for subscribing. I've been picking up a lot of new subscribers lately, and yay! Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And I really appreciate you watching. So, the topic of today's video is Anastasia Beverly Hills. In case you don't know, up until now, the only place where you could buy Anastasia in an actual store was Macy's. And so they must have been wheeling and dealing behind the scenes, and now you can also get that brand at Ulta and Sephora. Well, you could always get it at those stores, but only certain products. Like the only thing you could get before, I think, was the brow products and the contour palettes. So now you can also get eyeshadows, lip products, highlighters, you know, the full range of products now you can get at Ulta and Sephora in addition to Macy's. So when I found out that they were coming, I kept hounding my, oh, I should tell you that it's not every single Ulta and Sephora, it's select stores. So don't you know, check ahead to make sure. I don't want anybody to drive up to their local Sephora or Ulta and go, hey, where's the Anastasia? Mrs. the Doll told us that they have all the products now. No, it's only certain stores, so check ahead. Call ahead to find out if your stores in your area have got these things. So anyways, I was stalking my Ulta because I knew that that was going to be, you know, a store that was going to have the expanded range of stuff. And after a while, I noticed on the website that they actually had a date that it was supposed to be in stores. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to keep hanging around up at Ulta to find out if they've got the stuff. But yet the employees at Ulta kept telling me, make sure you get here on one of the first days that we set up the display, because otherwise you're probably not going to get the colors of the items that you want, because a lot of the employees have already got a wish list and, you know, they're going to buy a lot of the stuff probably on that first day. So I was like, oh, okay. So I went there on the day that it was supposed to launch, and what do you think happened? Half the stuff was missing because I guess the employees had scoffed it up. So I went in there with a list. My intention was to buy 4 of the eyeshadows. When you buy Anastasia eyeshadows, they're either $12 a piece or 4 for $40. And if you buy 4, you get a little quad palette to put them in because they're propane type eyeshadows. She also makes palettes, but those are always limited editions. So the only thing you can get permanent for eyeshadows for them is the propane style. So, oh geez, hold on. I usually take the phone off the hook when I film videos, and I'm kind of thrown off my game today because of the time difference, so I forgot. Anyway, all right, so what was I talking about? So Anastasia eyeshadows are $12 each or 4 for $40. If you buy 4, you get a little quad palette to put them in. I did buy 4, but I didn't even take the little quad palette because I already have a bunch of those from buying these eyeshadows before, and I don't even use them. What I do is I put my eyeshadows in a Z palette, and just in case you don't know, Sephora sells Z palettes. I think a lot of people don't know that, but yeah, they have 2 different size Z palettes that you can buy, and I really like them because they hold a lot of eyeshadows. And I like the design, how they have the transparent cover so you can see what's in your palette. So I like these a lot. The only thing is, with palettes, the magnets aren't the same on all the different brands of palettes. Like, for example, the Z palettes I use Z palettes to hold my Anastasia eyeshadows and also my Makeup Geek eyeshadows. But then MAC eyeshadows, something is different about the magnets on those, so I have to use MAC palettes for my MAC eyeshadows. And then if you have Makeup Forever eyeshadows, I don't have any of those. But if I had Makeup Forever eyeshadows and a Makeup Forever palette, I think those work well with MAC too. So anyways, so I already have Anastasia eyeshadows. I've been buying them pretty much ever since they came out. Once in a great while, I'll pick up 4 because, you know, you save, what? You save $8 if you buy 4 at a time. So since they were launching at Ulta, I figured I would get 4 more. So I'm going to show you which ones I got, and then I'll just show you what my palette looks like of what I have so far. So my 4 new ones are chocolate, and this is their eyeshadows come in all different finishes just like MAC's. This is, ooh, I can't remember the finish on this one. I'll have to look it up. Hold on. I thought I knew, but I didn't want to say it and be wrong and then have to add an annotation. So this is a titanium finish, and 2 out of the 4 that I bought on this last trip were titanium. I had never bought anything from that finish before, so I figured I would try them. And really, titanium finish on these is really shimmery finish, and if you use it wet, you can make it even more intense of a shimmeriness. but I didn't really want anything too crazy. So I have the chocolate on the outer V of my look today. So that's pretty. And I'm going to swatch the 4 new ones that I bought, but I'm not going to swatch my whole palette because it would take forever. So that's what chocolate looks like swatched. So it's sort of a golden brown, I guess, a darkish golden brown. So that was one of the ones that I got. And then another new one I got is Caramel. And this is one of their ultra matte finish eyeshadows. I love, love, love their matte eyeshadows. I think they are amazing. Probably some of the best matte eyeshadows that I own. So I was really excited to get this because I love this type of color. So I have that on in the crease, and I also dragged it down under along the lower lash line. So that's Caramel. Really super pigmented eyeshadows. And sometimes what I have to do is I put some on my brush and then I like dust my brush along my hand a little bit to knock off some of the product because they're so pigmented. So that's Caramel. And the other 2 that I got I don't have in my look today, but I got Metal. And this was a total impulse buy. I wasn't planning on getting this one, but oh, that's what I started to tell you when the phone rang. I went in there and half the products were already gone, out of stock. So I couldn't get the 4 that I had planned on getting. I had to make some substitutions. I did want the Caramel, and the next one that I'm going to show you after this, but then the other 2 I had to substitute because they were out of stock. So this was one of the ones that I picked out instead. This is Metal, and it's like a gold and silver glitter. This is also, I believe this is also a titanium finish. Let me check my notes. They don't put the finish, they don't write that on the back of the eyeshadow, so if you don't know what it is, you kind of have to look it up. So anyways, this is the titanium one also. And it's a silver and gold, but this is more like a glitter finish as opposed to a shimmer finish like that other one that I showed you. And to me, the way I would use this eyeshadow is because it's so glittery, I would use it as a topper. And what I mean by that is, like, I would do an eyeshadow look, and then I would take some of this and just tap it or top it like in the center of my lid to sort of make make the focus show. It would like make your eyes pop. I'll use this in another look someday and show you what I mean. But this is silver and gold. Isn't that gorgeous? So if you put that like right in the center of your lids, it would just draw the focus right to that area. I think that if you put that all over your lids, it would be a bit much. So I would just like tap that in the center. I would put it on with this, but it doesn't really go with what I have on, in my opinion. So that's Metal. That was a total impulse buy. And the last one that I got that was on my list, I've been wanting this for a long time. This is Stone. And it's a matte finish. They call their finish Ultra Matte. And this is kind of a sort of a warm gray or a warm beige. Oop, you can see where I wiped off my fingers from those swatches. But yeah, I guess this is like a warm beige or a warm gray. So that's Stone. And kind of something different that I don't have a lot of in my collection for eyeshadows. So those are the 4 that I picked out. Now, the other eyeshadows that I have on today, besides the chocolate in the V and the caramel in the crease, I used vanilla as my brow bone highlight. So that's vanilla. It's just a pretty basic, you know, highlight type shade, like an off-white. And then on my lids, I used orange soda. Vanilla, I think, is a velvet finish, and orange soda is a matte, and I have orange soda on my lids. I thought that would go really nice with the caramel and the chocolate. And then the rest of the eyeshadows that I have are down here. So I got a pretty good assortment of things now from Anastasia. I love her eyeshadows. I really like them a lot. I think that considering how good quality they are, they're pretty good on the price. I mean, $10 for a really good quality pan eyeshadow, I think, is a fair price. And the size of them are the same size as MAC. So, but it's too bad that the magnets are different, because then, you know, you could put them all in a palette together. But yeah, I have my MAC eyeshadows in MAC palettes. But yeah, so that's what I have so far. And as far as like must-have colors, I pretty much have most of the ones that I want now. And there's like, oh, I'd say maybe 5 or 6 more that I would really like to have. So I'll probably pick up another 4 sometime when Ulta restocks. Now, I had mentioned that Sephora is also carrying these now, and something that you should know about that is Sephora has the best selection when it comes to shades. They stock twice as many colors as Ulta or Macy's does. So if you really want a lot to pick from, I would suggest going to Sephora, because they have twice as many colors, and if they have twice as many colors, that means that if certain ones are out of stock, you're still going to have more to choose from than you would if you went to Ulta or Macy's. And plus, I think a lot of you probably are already enrolled in the Sephora rewards program, so then you can get some more points towards your you know, freebies and stuff, your points, perk points, point perks, things that you get, you know what I mean. So that's my Anastasia haul. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.